Hey, remember that time where I had an ex that cheated on me with a guy in Vegas? Yeah, we're gonna talk about him. Anyway, this is gonna be a really fucking long video. Sit back, sip some tea, coffee, popcorn, anything that is appealing to your taste buds at the moment. Intake them and enjoy. Anyway, welcome to my first tea roasting videos, I think is what I'm gonna call it. Yes. Where I rant about people and situations and just overall just venting and ranting and spewing common sense. Yeah, pretty much what these videos are gonna be. Sorry, I keep sipping this. It's not because like to have like an effect. It's actually really good. Also, it's getting cold. so there's that. I have done a video about my ex, around, I think it was around this time last year. But either way, it was very vague on a lot of shit he did. I didn't really go into detail about the things that really bothered me. I've noticed, I don't know why, but in the past months, it's been a good year and a half-ish, I think, since I broke up with him, I think. Maybe 2 years. I don't even know. He's that less important in my mind that I don't even remember what year I broke up with him. I don't even know the year I actually met him, to be honest. It does not come up in my memory easily. I had to go look it up. I've noticed in at least the last year, I've been kind of festering this deep, resentment, anger toward him, and I keep focusing on things that I keep analyzing and seeing how fucked up it really was, and how manipulative he was, and speaking of, manipulative, he's one of those people that is actually an awful person, but he doesn't see that he's an awful person. To him, he's doing good things and the best person. He knows he's not perfect. I know that. But he doesn't see himself as this bad person, even though he is. A lot of the shit he did in our relationship, not even the cheating, a lot of the shit he did was just not okay on any level. And he didn't recognize that. Get into it. Just so you know, I will not filter myself with anything in this. And I'm gonna try to get out everything that I need to get out so we can just fucking move on. There's a few things I did want to cover, is what specifically we talked about. If you need an update of what actually happened, how we broke up, and how I found out he was cheating and not, I honestly don't know at this point, that he cheated. You should probably go watch the second half of the other video I did on him to explain how that went down. Because I'm just kind of not in the mood to explain everything. So, go watch the second half. You don't even need to watch the first half. Just watch the end. And, second half, and you'll get the picture. Oh, side note, I did want to mention, funnily enough, he actually commented on one of my videos in the last 5 months. And he probably thinks I didn't see it, but I did. It showed up in a spam folder because he said a few words or a word that I had blacklisted. For those of you that don't know what blacklisting is, it's pretty much like if you have a specific word that you don't want to like people to say, a specific word will indicate a person's a very shitty person. You can put it on this list, and the people who say those words immediately go to this review comment spam folder, and they don't actually show up on your public your public comments. And he apparently had said one of the things in my blacklist. And I don't have a lot of words in my blacklist either. Like, I have like maybe 20. That's like barely anything compared to other YouTubers. I know that for sure. He went off yelling at one of the people that had commented on my videos. And one of the things he didn't realize is I had actually approved the comment he was yelling at. Like, that comment had showed up in my spam folder, but I approved it. So, like, here he is defending me to a comment that I approved and I thought was okay. Bitch, I don't need your help. I'm just saying. If you're trying to be a white knight, fuck off. Anyway, oh, by the way, if he does comment on this video, and if it shows him in a folder at all, I will most likely approve it and then point it out that that's him. Here you go. Have at it, people. Yell at him if you want, because I don't give a shit. That is if he does comment. If he does comment, he's a fucking moron. But then again, he is a fucking moron. So, not surprising if he does. Yeah, I don't know if I told anyone about this, but there's this album that I mean, there's people that know this album exists, but I don't think I ever really told anyone what I did with it. Okay, what this album is. I had gotten this it's actually pretty rustic-ish looking photo album that I had gotten him for Christmas. I don't know which Christmas. It was supposed to be this all cutesy. I mean, at the time, it was a good idea, but it was meant to hold memories of our lives together, I guess, of us, pretty much. But we had never really put anything in it. Like, I had taken pictures. We never really printed anything out, put it in the album, wrote stuff with it. What does he do? After the breakup, I had left it at his house because it was a gift to him. I think 3 months later after the breakup, or at least like a month after I had stopped talking to him completely. But one fucking night, he decides to leave a box of stuff on my doorstep at like 10 at night or something. And he sends me, like, a message saying, like, I left you something on the doorstep. I don't think I replied to him at all. But he had left a bunch of sentimental shit on the doorstep. And one of the items in the box was the album. And what he had done to it, he printed out all my pictures I had put on Instagram and Facebook and shit of us, cut it out, printed it and stuff, and put it in the album. And wrote stuff next to it. And at the time, since the breakup was so new, I thought that was sweet and sentimental a little. I was starting to feel angry at him, but I thought it was still sweet. So I kept it. Actually, like probably 6 months later, like messages me again or like texts me somehow, I forgot, asking for some of the items that were in the box back. One of the things that he probably didn't know, I did things to the items I gave back to him. Yes. It was so fulfilling. Okay, pretty much he asked for a shirt. Well, actually, technically, he only asked for the microphone he had given me back, but I decided to just give him a bunch of shit back because I didn't want it. What I did is I know he's not a real big fan of, I don't remember exactly, but I know he was a real big fan of dogs, or like animals in general. And what do? I put the shirt that I gave back to him onto my dog. Didn't wash it. Put it in the box. Covered in fur. What do I do with a microphone? I spit on it. Yeah, I'm a bitch, but I'm not that much of a bitch. I'm a stealthy bitch. Just say it. I don't know if I told people that. Those are the two things I did. I spit on the mic, and I covered his shirt in fur. That's pretty much all I did, but... so fulfilling when I did it. And actually, it's funny. My whole family knew it was my ex's shirt on the dog. I think that's why they laughed so hard. I love my family. Back to the album. What I had done... But, there was a few things I had kept. There was, like, a few gifts, like, all the gifts he gave me, especially the expensive one, I kept because... Well, expensive ones. I kept because that shit's mine, bitch. But what I eventually did with the album is I kept it... I don't know where I kept it, but, like, I kept it in this room somewhere, shoved in a corner. And, like, probably 6 months ago, or somewhere around there, like, probably around mid last year, I had decided to, actually not mid, like, just last year, somewhere around the second half of last year I did this. My anger was building up so much that I decided to not only rip up the long-ass letter that he wrote to me. That was a lot of little bitch talking of, like, please be sorry for me. I'm so sorry. I'm a good guy. Blah, 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 blah. I feel like shit. Good. Feel like shit. I ended up just ripping that letter up, burning it. We have a fireplace. I burned it. What do I do to things in the album? I take every single... Let me tell you, he filled that shit to, like, the fucking brim. I took every single picture, item in that album and burned it. Where did I put it? Shit. Oh, there it is. This is the album. The only reason I'm not throwing this away is it's fucking pretty, and I paid for it in my own money, so I'm keeping this shit. I threw everything away. I burnt it all. Look at that. Nothing. Burnt. All burnt. Yeah. This, like, it was filled up to, like, here. Burned it all. Yeah, there's literally nothing here. I'm kind of grateful that he didn't actually write in the margins here, so I can actually reuse this to do something good with it. Just repurposing shit, you know? Anyway, there's that. There's the update of hatred for him, of the links of hatred for him. There is honestly a few, like, items he did give me that I'm like, I'm okay with this. This is pretty cool. Oh, speaking of the things that he's given me, oh my god. Like, I actually didn't want anything he gave me as gifts besides this expensive leather jacket he got me. The rest of the gifts he ever gave me, oh god, he was awful. Oh my god. Like, oh god. For those of you that don't know, could still be, I have no fucking idea. He had been working at a expensive watch store of sorts. Expensive watch retail store. He was a retail person. And what does he do for every, like, fucking birthday or Christmas or just any holiday where he gave me gifts? What does he do? He gets something from the store he was working at because it was discounted because of his employee discount. You have no idea how much, like, even getting the gifts in real time didn't anger me, but it was very, very disappointing. Like, it was beyond disappointment. Seriously? Like, you can't step out of your little discount money saving box and, like, you probably get better, more realistically good gifts that would work for me somewhere else. Cause the store he worked at, I fucking hated. I don't want to fucking watch. I don't, like, he had gotten me 2 watches, and only one of them I actually like. Like, oh my god. I hate people like that. And the fact that he was one of those, not all the items he gave me from his fucking store I hated. Like, the first year of, like, us being together, the gifts were shit. Because he didn't know me that well. Like, obviously you don't know a person really that well. At least with us, like, he didn't really know that much about, like, what he should give me for a gift. His gifts were fucking shitty. So bad. Like, I remember one time he had given me something, I don't even fucking remember what it was, but he'd given me something, and I remember getting it, and feeling so fucking disappointed eternally, but you know, like, you wanted to be a good girlfriend at the time, so you fake being not disappointed, and you're like, oh, yeah, that's just a good gift, so it's so good. No. It's fucking awful. He was so bad at gift giving. My god. I think I'm a very good gift giver because I think of sentimental things, not even like let's get into his family a bit. Yeah. I fucking resented his family. Let's be honest. I hated everyone in his family except his mother. Oh, fuck. His siblings? Oh my god. No. Like, one of the things I found out about his family, at least his mom's family, like, his parents were divorced and all that shit and remarried and like, shit. But, like, the mom's family and, like, the guy she remarried, I spent more time around them, stayed majority at the mom's house because that was closest to where he worked. But because of that, I would come across his siblings a lot if they were over at the mom's. Ooh, his fucking sisters. Ooh, god. Like, actually, ironically, the only sibling I was moderately okay with was his twin brother, which is ironic because they're twins. They're very similar, like, both personality and physically. He was a little bit better, but I think all his siblings are shit for many different reasons. One of the reasons why his brother and his now wife are shit to me, you'll find out in the second half of my first video. But I can explain it now if you want. Pretty much why I hate his brother and his wife is because they kind of were not the cause, but they helped along the cheating factor of what happened. They are not... Yeah, they helped it along. Yeah. So there's their hatred, specifically for his brother's wife, because she's the one that kind of enabled it a little bit. There's that hatred, but before the incident with the cheating, his brother was like the lowest person on my shit list. And then his sisters, one of his sisters he had already hated, and I could see why. She was kind of like a snooty, snobby, little privileged bitch. Just saying. And then his other sister just oozed self-righteousness. That's the best way to describe it. There was just, like, something about her that I didn't like. Like, we barely spoke, but there was just something about her I just did not like. I didn't like it. Didn't like her. In the beginning, I kind of expected, like, I thought the way she acted around me was because she was shy like me. But after, like, 2-ish years of me being around, that attitude never changed. So, kind of don't like her. She put off this really bad vibe that did not mix well with me. Like, I would voice this to my ex, like, specifically this particular sister, and he would just be like, oh, she's just like that, she's very neutral, she doesn't talk much, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you sure she's neutral? Because I feel a lot of judgment. Just a lot. Overall, his siblings were just shitty. It's not particularly even their faults. It's just that their family, like, not, the dad's side was less so, but, like, the mom's side, it was just a very high-class, poshy feel to them, like they were privileged or something. I didn't even like the guy she remarried. Like, oh my god. Like, some of the shit that came out of his mouth, I just wanted to, like, sew it shut. He was not only, like, highly political, but I'm not a political person. But sometimes he would spout, speaking of politics, my ex was, like, very, very left-wing. Like, very left-wing. And I've come up, I'm not gonna even lie, I've come up in a very conservative household. Both my families are conservative, so that just how I was raised. I'm very center. I'm a centrist, I guess, is what you call them. I don't know. I don't know if there's even a party. But I'm in between, I'm like a mix of both. Like, I'm not an extreme of either. How I really say it with my politics is, I think certain things are right and wrong, and some of those things are very left-wing, some of those are very right-wing. So I'm a mix of both. But my ex was very left-wing. But the husband that the mom married was very right-wing. And there was like 1 or 2 times where they got into it, because my ex had told me that's like a thing that sometimes happens, is because my ex would spout liberal bullshit, and then, like, the husband would spout, like, conservative bullshit, and they would just go at each other, and I'm just sitting there like, dude, I'm right here. Tone it down a notch, please. Thanks. Okay. There was just some things that came out of the husband's mouth. One of the things that I was grateful for is that my ex was into anime and nerdy shit. And there was one time where we were watching, like, anime on the big TV in his living room. And the husband walks in, sees what we're doing, and then his immediate response is, I don't even remember what it was, but it was like something very mean, and just, it bothered me about, like, us watching anime, and oh god, do not step between me and my nerdy shit. Like, there was multiple times in the time span of seeing him, if he said something specific like that, I was this close. I was this close to talking back at him, like, really going at it with him. Like, I would have ripped his balls out and let him eat them in front of me. Anyway, I'm gonna go into the more juicy parts. As if it wasn't juicy enough already. There was one incident that I didn't talk about. One incident in particular I didn't talk about in my first video that just really fucking bothered me. Like, to the point that I'm talking to you about it in this video over a year later. This was definitely near the end of our relationship. There was one time where he wanted me to cook for him because he had cooked for me many times, mind you. There was only a few things that he actually made for me that I actually liked. Ooh, speaking of, like, food was our thing, like, in our relationship. But there was one time where we had spent Valentine's together, and he tried to be romantic. Oh my god, the food and just everything was awful. It was so bad. Like, I tried to be nice, but it was bad. Like, I can see like 1% effort in it, and that's it. The rest of it was so bad. Like, he tried to make, like, they weren't even crab cakes. Like, I don't know how the fuck he fucked that up. But, like, he tried to make crab cakes. I don't know what the fuck he made. And then he buys store-bought sushi, which wasn't bad. But, like, he could have put more effort into it. I'm just saying, like, he actually could have not been a cheap motherfucker and actually gone to an actual sushi place and got takeout from them. Like a normal person. Especially for Valentine's Day. I mean, like, fuck. Yeah, like, just those crab cakes were awful. Back to the one situation that really fucking bothered me. He wanted me to cook for him, blah, blah, blah. And the thing was, like, he wanted to choose the meal for me to cook. It was not really a challenge thing, but it was sort of was. And he wanted me to make Marcella chicken. This was the first time I had made something like that. I don't even know why, particularly, because he's a cheap-ass motherfucker. I paid for all the ingredients, everything, with my own money. He did not pay for anything. Let that sit in for a second. He did not pay for any of it. So I get everything, we make our dinner, best fucking meal ever. Not gonna lie. Pretty fucking good try for a first time. So that happens. Great night, great dinner. One of the better nights I had with him. So, fast forward like a month later or something. I had told my mom about it and how good it was. And I remember I had left some of the ingredients at his house, particularly the Marcella wine, because that's what makes Marcella chicken, is the Marcella wine. And I needed that. And I remember, like, when I don't think I even asked. I just kind of took it. Like, I think I asked where it was. And I grabbed the wine and put it with my things. And we got into this argument about, like, I couldn't take it because it was his or something. Or something about that. And this is one of the fights where I really started to realize that, like, he's a shitty person. Like, 100% manipulative, shitty fucking person. Again, near the end of the relationship. One of the things that you need to know about him is he pretty much paid for everything. That's why he always rubbed in my face of, like, you need to get a job so I don't have to pay for everything, blah, 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 blah. Why he was a cheap-ass motherfucker. One of the things that he always did, if we got, like, a bag of chips, I remember specifically Like, we had gotten a bag of chips or, like, some snacks from the grocery store one night. I don't know when this was in our relationship, but it wasn't near our Marcella chicken part. But this also was not, like, a single incident. Like, this happened a lot. He had paid for it. Like, I remember really liking these chips that we got. And I remember asking if I could take them home. And his reasoning was no, because I paid for them. They're mine. That's what he told me. And I was just like, okay, that's reasonable. And what bothered me with the Marcella chicken incident is that I was pretty much doing the same exact thing he always did to me with the Marcella wine. Like, I paid for it, I want it, I want to use it. I'm taking it home with me. And he pulls this shit out of his ass, saying, like, I never do that to you. I never rub in the fact that, like, I paid for it, and so I have to take it, and something about that, and all this shit. And he's saying all this shit, and I'm just looking at him like, wow, seriously? Is your memory that, like, gone? That, like, you don't realize that you do that all the time to me. And I don't say shit. I don't complain. I don't say anything. My God. He went on a little bitch tantrum about this Marcella wine that I paid for, that I needed to make the same dish for my family. Like, that was one of the things that I've kind of been dwelling on in the past, 6 months. Is that particular incident and then the phone call. Like, I don't know why that particular incident, but, you guys can see, how ridiculously spoiled, self-censored, narcissistic personality he had. Like, he didn't even realize, he did that to me. I know for a fact, in his mind, he thought he was in the right 99.9% of the time. Even with the phone call when he cheated on me. Oh my God, we're getting into it. The phone call. The night I found out when he cheated. Oh, good. Oh, there's so much shit that I didn't talk about in the first video that went on in that phone call. That I tell people about, on passing, friends and shit. I've told people about what happened during that phone call. All of them have the same fucking reaction of this little bitch. So pretty much, I'll give a rundown of what happened. Is that he goes to Vegas for a bachelor party for his brother. He ends up getting high, drunk at the same time, and ends up cheating on me with another groomsman. So another guy. Side note, I actually think that he actually did go all the way full sex with this guy. And he just lied about it. Partly because the way the phone call went. I don't know why, but ever since I found out that he was going to this bachelor party with his brother and all his groomsmen to Vegas, I had this sinking feeling that something was gonna happen. I just did. This feeling, like I said, with a lot of things I get vibes. I get vibes off situations and people. That's a sixth sense type of thing. It's not some gut feeling, it's actual legit shit that I can rely on. And I just had I had this sinking feeling that something was gonna happen. Like I said in the video before this one, the first video I made. The Saturday they were at Vegas, the whole day, I was depressed. I was the atypical depressed that you would see. I didn't want to get out of bed. I wasn't necessarily sad, I just had no energy, just nothing. No, just nothing. The whole day. And I didn't know why. Sunday night I find out that he cheated on me. Sunday morning. Friday night, Sunday morning, around there. So that's why I found out why I had this sinking feeling, and then like I was depressed all Saturday. He calls me around 11 at night, midnight, around there, Sunday. He calls me, and I knew he cheated before he even opened his mouth in the phone call. I knew. I had that sinking feeling of, I just knew. We start talking and shit. Again, I say in the first video, I had this mindset of like, I'm not letting go. Like, we're stronger than this, blah, blah, blah. And I had that mentality. But the part I didn't tell you guys about is the argument we had. And the weird thing he told me and shit. He starts arguing at me, like, in blaming me on me not being open enough is why he cheated. Like, he was trying to blame me. Like, he was trying to twist it to make it my fault that he cheated. And then, like, even though I was heartbroken in the phone call, like, I was not having that shit. Fuck you. This is not my fault in any way. Like, I was the loving, supportive girlfriend to the end. Like, fuck you. He starts to try to blame me, twist it on me. Oh, if you were just more open, I wouldn't have done this. Blah, 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 blah. And then he gets into, like, this self-centered, venti, narcissistic little conversation that was, like, not even a conversation. He was just spouting at me. Because I, like, in his mind, I apparently wanted to listen to his problems after he had cheated on me. Sure. For those of you that don't know, my ex was bisexual, obviously, since he cheated on me with a guy. But, like, that was one of the things I knew that was very, not defining with him. He was just kind of open to it. Like, he was open to both sides and shit like that. And one of the things that he tried to, like, over-exaggerate on, or, like, overdid it, was that TMI. But apparently he didn't get hard or something when they were doing it. And, like, they didn't actually do it. They just kind of made out. Which, now that I look back on it, was probably a lie. Let's be honest. And he goes on this big spiel of, I thought I was bisexual. Like, why didn't I get hard? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Like, straight up, word for word. I thought I was bisexual. Why didn't I get hard? Word for word. To the girlfriend. Ooh. Oh, God. Let that sink in. He was trying to vent to me about the cheating incident of why he couldn't get hard to continue to cheat on me. Are you starting to find out how shitty he was? Yeah. Ooh. Like, that's a first? Fuck. I've had this conversation with both of my best friends that he's probably a closeted gay. No harm, like, no ill will about that to him. But, like, he always had this, like, he acted a little gay. Like, he thought he was, like, a big man, blah, blah, blah. He thought he was manly, but, like, there was some things he did, and the way he acted with some things where was very feminine. And his brother, I know, was, like, his brother's straight. The brother was obviously, he did act very straight. There was no femininity, like, in his personality at all. With my ex, there was just some things where, like, I remember feeling like, am I the more masculine one in this relationship? Because there was just some things he did was, like, that was extra feminine. Not to be TMI, but I don't give a shit if it's shaming him. But particularly with the sex stuff, he didn't make manly sounds. Like, he made very feminine sounds during sex. Like, that was one of the indications of, like, are sure you're not closeted gay? Because it's fine if you are, but, like, you sure? Like, there's like, you're not like a cross-dresser or like into drag or gay. That's all fine, but like, you sure? Actually, it's funny, Dean, like, he later, like, we were talking about it, and, like, he straight up said, like, when he first met my ex, that he straight up thought my ex was gay. No question in his mind. Like, he thought my ex was closeted gay. But yeah, like, during this whole phone call, like, he's trying to, like, vent to me that he wasn't getting hard for this guy he was cheating on me with. The way he kept rubbing it in and trying to vent to me about it, like, later made me think that that was just him trying to make me feel sorry for him, when that was just a lie, that he just went all the way, and he did get hard, and they did fuck. Just the way he kept on rubbing it in, and trying to vent to me, and trying to over-exaggerate it, just makes me think that he was just pushing a lie to make me feel sorry for him, when the reality was he did go all the way, he did fuck him. And there's so many things that he did that have not necessarily scarred me, but have changed me behaviorally that I fucking hate. I'm gonna be honest, the only reason I'm even making this video is because I have downloaded some dating apps and website shit, and I've noticed that I'm not only very closed off to it, but I remember on fucking Tinder or something, and I'm like going through guys and shit, and I remember multiple times I'm doing this, and all I can think about was how much I hate my ex. For like months, like not months, but like the last 2 months in particular, I kept telling myself that I really need to make this video. I need to put it, like, I need to vent everything. It needs to be raw. It needs to be unfiltered. I just need to be real about how much I hated this person, but not only that, how much he's still in there. And just, not that I, like, not that, oh, blah, not that I, like, love it. Oh, I can't even say it. Oh, he hurt me so much that very untrustworthy currently. Like, even before he cheated. Like, I wanted to be that girl if I was ever cheated on. I would not be judgmental of other guys, because not every guy is gonna cheat. I know this. I know this deep down. But just something in me, whenever, like, I've talked to, like, I have literally 3 dating apps. I've only literally, like, actually, I think once. Yeah, once. Like, I actually legitimately, like, talked to someone, like, for 2 seconds, and he responded. Not to brag, I actually don't, but on one particular app, I get a lot of messages. And I literally have never responded to any of them. For the very fact of, I want to be ready to date again, because I do want to date again, but I want to be ready for the wrong reasons, if that makes sense, and I know I'm not ready. And when I say I'm like, I want to be ready for the wrong reasons, is because that whole thing, like, I don't want to be alone and shit, and sex is good, it feels great, kind of miss it. Those are literally the wrong reasons to get into a relationship. I want to be ready, but I know I'm not at that point. Unless I meet someone that, like, dispels all that bad shit, all that pain, like, dispels it all, gets rid of it, is able to reassure me that there's good guys in the world, that hasn't happened yet. I mean, it sort of has happened, because I did mention in one video that I did date someone recently, but it didn't work out. I'm not gonna get into it. The only thing I will say is that relationship sexually has been the best experience I've had ever, like in my life, like ever. It was just really good to me, and he kind of reassured me that there's good guys in the world, but since our relationship didn't last very long, it didn't really solidify as it could have been. But he did reassure me a little, which is something. And also, like, his overall experience with him was good. Especially after being hurt and shit. Anyway, I'm currently single. if you didn't get anything from that, I'm currently single. I'm putting this video up and getting it out so I get everything off my chest, and that I've shouted it to the world how shitty my cheating ex-boyfriend is. Not all, because I know myself. I'm not gonna fully let go yet. But hopefully making this video and editing this video, I'm able to partly let go of my cheating ex. Because, like, I don't need him in here all the time when I'm, like, I just don't. I prefer if he wasn't. So, yeah, I'm just venting everything. I'm very tired because I've been filming for the last, like, 2-3 hours, just ranting and venting about something that I just really needed to talk out to you guys. And to be honest with you guys, I like how real and how deeply hurt he affected me with his actions. I know good guys exist. I know. I know firsthand that good guys exist. But I know for a fact on those apps that especially in the profiles, I seem a bit standoffish, a bit closed, not on purpose. Just saying, it's not. It's just how I am right now. I hate it. I mean, I get it. Like, I need to survive. Being single is not a survival thing. I just need to be comfortable with myself. And it's getting awful crowded with my ex being around in my head. Hopefully, this video will lighten that load. This last little bit, that if my ex ever does watch this is to him particularly. Go fuck yourself. Just go fuck yourself. And by the way, don't ever try to contact me. Don't fucking ever comment on my videos. Ever. Just go fuck yourself with a pointy stick all the way up to your mouth. Just do it. Because it's what you fucking deserve. So, there's that. I wanted to make this video a little more lighthearted, but as you can see, it got a little heartbreaking and sad and real. Not saying being real is a bad thing, but this is definitely real and raw. People don't realize, for people like me who aren't, granted, people who are okay with open relationships, they're okay as long as everyone's consenting. I have no problem with that. But I am a very monogamous person. And people don't realize, for someone like me, if you cheat on me, there is such a betrayal deeper and more hurtful than you can ever imagine. And it lingers. It fucking lingers. I'm speaking for everyone who has been cheated on. It fucking lingers, and it fucking sucks because it prevents you from not only getting into another relationship, but trusting that person. Anyway, I should end this video here. Hope you guys enjoyed this super sad video. Ranty video. Very long ranty video. Anyway, I'm gonna go. Okay, bye guys.